Alright, hey everybody. I guess I'll have to talk a little louder since there's no volume involved. This is Frog Fractions Game of the Decade Edition. I actually played this when it was a Flash game quite a while ago. It's kind of a classic internet game. If you've never heard of it, I think you're in for a treat. Let's sharpen our math skills with Frog Fractions, Wave 1. So, you gotta collect the butterflies that'll earn you fractions. And you have to protect the apples from the insects that eat the apples. And that brings down your dignity score. And as you can see, you'll earn more of the fractions as you go. I collected some fruit. Now you can choose your upgrade. Cybernetic brain, anything regular Lord Frog brain can do. This newfangled cybernetic frog brain can do better. Expensive. It seems to have increased my amount of fractions. It's to decimal points now, I guess. I'm still earning the fruit points. Oh geez, big wave here. Oh no, I'm losing. Alright, we got a new upgrade here. Got my cybernetic brain. Lock-on targeting. That should help. And I can protect all the fruit. I got 10 fruit points. Oh, 13 fruit points. Let's see, static cling time. Uninstall lock-on targeting. All sorts of educational stuff. Extremely educational. What's frog fractions? There we go. Dragon. Turtle friend to a dragon friend. 25,000 fruit. No way. I'm on a dragon. Oh crap. Look at all this fruit. Oh yeah. Like a billion fruit. Look at that. I think I found out how to cheat. Oh hell yeah. I can do warp drive. Oh shit. Glad you could finally make it, Lieutenant Hawk. We're dealing with a serious infestation here. Frog fractions in space. Careful around those asteroids, don't let them push you around. Wow, I've never seen those bugs shoot at anyone but you. I think they might be racist. Let the asteroids push you around. I said not to do that. What's that thing that just fell? Fuck Mars now, their home planet. They're gonna regret messing with us. Do a barrel roll. Don't forget to avoid the bullets, Lieutenant Hawk. Flying with you, Lieutenant Hawk. See you on the other side. Warning, no refuge. Attitude for days. There's the big guy again. Expecting on the fractions. No, it's got me. It's got me. You're under arrest. Thank you for cooperation. Mr. Hawk, the charges against you are severe. You're accused of breaking and entering into our native habitat, Bug Mars, with the intent to purloin our delicious space food. How do you plead? No, you don't really dress for court. I'll be waiting when you get out, I promise. I plead amphibious, Your Honor. Huh. Are you sure you don't want a lawyer? These charges carry a minimum sentence of 20 years hard labor. There's a special offer this week. How'd you like to become a naturalized citizen of Bug Mars? How do you feel about bribes? If you'll just reach into my front pocket. You don't have a front pocket. I can see from here you aren't wearing pants. Here, all you need is to pass the test on history and culture of this fine planet. Shall we begin? Our bug flag has 4 bug stripes. What do they represent? Bugs. A little bit on the nose, isn't it? You can blame Bug Betsy Ross for that one. Next question. On the series Bug Jersey Shore, what is Bug Snooki's favorite flavor of ice cream? Bug. So wrong and yet so right. 420 bugs ago, Bug in Chief Bug Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Bugs that we are blessed to which inalienable right. How the hell should I know? I'm a fraud. That's correct. During the War of Bug 1812, General Stonewall Bug Jackson held off nefarious frog armada single-handedly. How many mecha frogs did he crush under the wheels of his Mercedes Bugs? 4 420. I swear, they counted them twice. That's not a pot joke. Shameful moment in our history. He regretted it for the rest of his life. Last question, Mr. Hop. How do you feel about fractions? I don't know. I've never really dealt with this. Seriously, nobody does know that stuff day to day. Well, the prize, Mr. Hop, is the first perfect score I've seen in our fake naturalization program. We were going to fire you into the sun, but instead we decided to issue a work visa. You'll just sign here. F yeah. Everyone loves a novelty signature. Just ask about John Hancock. Mars fractions are the best fractions. I gotta move, man. Need to find more swarm cones or whatever the hell they are.
As conceived in 1632 by Portuguese printing press operator André Felipe, boxing was a gentleman's game in which two men would square off and regale each other with stories monotonous for days on end, until one of them fell to the ground from boredom or exhaustion. Over the next few years, the new sport developed a respectable following of a few hundred local socialites. It was Felipe's son, André Felipe, who developed what he called the punching strategy in 1637, after seeing a schoolboy strike another in anger, causing him to fall down. When André Felipe challenged the then champion, British expatriate Sleepless Bill Bishop, to a match, Bishop was the odds-on favourite. You can imagine his surprise when, while he was describing what he had had for breakfast that morning, André walked up and thumped him in the neck, sending him down for the count in the parlance of our time. While it was universally agreed that the boy had violated the spirit of the game, officials were unable to find any actual rule that punching violated, and were forced to let the victory stand. This upset caused an uproar in the boxing community large enough to spill over into local newspapers, which drew the interest of many outsiders to come see what all the fuss was about. The newcomers were enthralled to engage in these borderline barbaric displays of human strength and skill, and the rest is history. After a few spoiled sport school moms single-minded about safety added the padded gloves, of course.
To learn a lot about boxing. It's probably more interesting than fractions, I guess.
Today's boxing enthusiasts fantasize about a newcomer that would rock the ring the way Felipe did. Calcification of the modern rule set has essentially locked the punching strategy into place, but it's easy to get caught up in the fantasy. Young scholars with big dreams often enter the ring with their crazy new trick, usually a variant of hypnosis, and though they've achieved the occasional victory, none of the gimmicks have been robust enough to make it to the big time. The real wonder, though, is that Andre Felipe's original vision of boxing is still around. Gentlemen's boxing clubs can be found in cities all over the world. You can visit one most any day of the week and see two erudite gentlemen exchanging pleasantries in the ring. Most people only come to watch a few hours of a match and then leave, but every once in a while you'll find amongst your elders a stout fellow, a die-hard fan, who perhaps witnessed that historic battle between Felipe and Bishop, who for love of the sport must stay to witness the last glorious seconds of wakefulness slip away, only to return to fight again another day.
Is that it? Rumbling seems to have stopped. You feel an intense downward pressure let up. After a moment, you calm down enough to start taking in your surroundings for the first time since seemingly dormant vessel sprang to life. Command module. The walls of this circular room curve to meet at a point that must correspond with the curved nose of the outer hull. Lighting the walls, you see a porthole, a glowing display, a control deck. A ladder leads aft. If you don't know how to get started, type help and press enter. What's next? Through the porthole, you can see the background of stars shifting as the ship gently spins. The constellations are all unfamiliar to you. A glowing green display shows a map of the galaxy with the destination you don't recognize marked, an ETA of about 3,000 years. Looking closer, you see two on-screen buttons labeled Route Details and New Destination. The screen spells for us a slew of steps, such as spiral, spinward at Spathy system, far faster than you can fathom. The nav computer dumps you into an interface so obtruse that before you even consciously process what's happening, you've hit the back button and are at the main map again. Okay. Control deck consists of an array of switches and a pair of joysticks. Let's hope you never need to override the ship's autopilot, because these are definitely not frog joysticks. Clamber across the ladder. Captain's quarters. This looks like an all-purpose living area. A sleeping pod sits next to a light stand. A ladder leads to the fore. An oriental rug lies in the center of the aft wall. This decorative oriental rug sits in the center of the room. Looking at it more closely, it doesn't quite lay flat on the floor. There's a significant dip around the middle. Moving the rug, you discover a recessed hatch below it. Your score has gone up by 2/5 of a point. Open hatch. You may have to work it a bit, but after you give the wheel a few spins, the hatch pops open. The hatch is open. You slip through the hatch. Engine room. Nearly every surface in this room is covered with a sticky pink goop, which seems to be thicker near the gray machine sitting in the corner. A hole in the wall exposes a nest of wires. There's a hatch leading back to the captain's quarters to the fore. The machine consists of a spigot aimed at the flat platform. A handwritten sheet of paper has been hastily taped over the base of the platform. This is the out-of-order note included in your game package. You'll have to be more specific of what you want to do with the gray machine. A thin coating of sticky pink goop covers every surface in the room. Eat goop. You're not hungry. Peering into the exposed machinery, you see what looks like an empty coffee can that you're guessing doesn't belong there. Looks like a coffee can. You can't really make out which detail in there. You twist the can, it eventually comes loose. You rip the insulation off of an adjacent wire in the process, and it becomes sparking as it comes in contact with an adjacent strut. You glance down at what you've taken. It really is a coffee can. Can doesn't have a lid. Revealing a thick manual. It's a manual for the navigation computer in the command module. After leafing through it, you feel confident you understand how to use the interface well enough to set it up route back to Bug Mars. Alright. Clamber across the ladder. You deftly pilot a course back to Bug Mars. The engines roar and you feel G-forces shift. The ETA reads 57 3/5 years. Run a diagnostic and determine that the vast majority of the time is going to be spent going through bug customs. Luckily, you can sleep through most of it. Go to sleep. Your head barely touched the pillow when an alarm begins repeating, "Perfume chamber empty. You will wake up cranky." You assume it's not going to stop. You assume it's going to stop eventually, but a couple minutes later it still hasn't. You get up. There's no way you can sleep like that. The sleeping pod looks like a bed with a lid, but you have to assume it's got some sort of suspended animation functionality. I mean, right? There's a hole on top next to a gauge reading empty. doesn't go there. Okay. You rip the note off, leaving a fluttering piece of electrical tape behind, revealing a control panel. Okay. What's next? Get tape. Take in. What's next? Put tape on wire. You wrap the tape around the bare wire, insulating it. Can on spigot. You place the can below the spigot. Pull lever. Dispensing mom's specialty, the machine says. A thick stream of pink goop streams out. It mostly gets everywhere, but the coffee can does end up filled. You grab the can. A few drops land in your mouth, and you recognize the flavor. Bacon milkshake. Atmospheric anomaly detected, a different voice says. A whirring sound ensues, and the bulk of the goop is sucked into invisible vents, leaving just enough goop floating around to be gross and annoying. Atmosphere purified, the voice says triumphantly. What's next? Push button. The raised button clicks into place and the previously selected button pops up. Local currency, says a robotic voice. Pull lever. Machine whirs. Dispensing local currency, a voice says. A thick stream of Zork mids shoot out of the faucet, bounce off of the flat platform, and scatter around the room. Get Zork mids. You spend a few minutes gathering up the scattered Zork mids. Enter hatch. Oh, go back through the hatch to the captain's quarters. Put can in hole. You bring the can close to the hole, and the hole sucks the pink goop right into it, and the nearby gauge fills up. You lie down in the sleeping pod, close the lid, and drift off, secure that in 57 and something years you'll return to Bugmar as a wealthy frog. When you wake up, you're clearly not in your sleep pod. You blearily glance around to get your bearings, and you appear to have been sleeping in a heart-shaped bed covered with roses. A voice comes from the next room. Awake already? A wispy human figure in a bathrobe and crown walks in. She bends over and kisses you on the nose, and suddenly you feel your body shifting. Yay, she laughs and claps, and you realize that you've been transmogrified into human form. And now you're a dude. You can't tongue anything. So you're just getting attacked by bugs, I guess. I can barely move. Oh god, I'm being attacked by bugs. Watch out, man, they're eating your fruit. You awake with a start. What a horrible dream. You call your friend, Draggy the Flying Dragon, just to talk to someone. Hello, Draggy says. I just had the worst nightmare, you explain the situation. I'm not sure that support group for human bug eaters was really going to get much of a following, Draggy ponders. Maybe if we drummed up just a little publicity first, just to the PR agency. 5 minutes later, Draggy shows up at your door dressed to the nines. He tosses a frog tuxedo at you. Put this on, babe. We're running for president. Candidate Hop, what say you to the allegations that you are not a natural-born citizen, that you are under 35, and that you are a frog? I say, check out these moves.
Đuốt bọt bọt đồ.
Here's your bug coffee, Mr. President. Heavy on the cream.
Bug weather, thunderstorms. Bug economy mother. Or bug economy manager. How many megabytes of bug porn do you wish to make? Well, that's the ultimate question, isn't it? 5. Don't worry, this interface is temporary. Bug software engineers are hard at work at Bug Excel 98. How many pop-up banner ads do you want to purchase? 5. What price do you wish to charge for a megabyte of bug porn? 100.
Relax. Just be yourself.
Superb performances made today's bug porn too hot. The warehouse burned down. And I sold 0 megabytes of bug porn. How many Zork mids do you want to order the Bug Federal Reserve to print? 12 million. Guess we'll let your successor worry about the inflation problem. What upgrade would you like to install? Bug drugs. Let's see, work visa installed. You're only living in the country on a temporary basis. You're gonna have to give it your all while you have the chance. PR department. There's a well-trained team of marketers to ensure the public has the correct impression of you. Dance shoes. Voice modulator. The constituency is more impressed by a deep booming voice. Bug drugs. Drugging the water supply will pacify delinquent bugs, keeping them off the streets and staying out of trouble, and not coincidentally staying home and watching bug porn. I don't want to make any bug porn. Capitalism tip.
Impressive wingspan.
The in-house bug porn musician decided to make a bug klezmer today. Nobody's quite sure what to make of it. The dry weather makes thirsty bugs. How many Zork mids do you want to order the Federal Bug Reserve to print? 50 million. Meteorology satellites. System of satellites to help your meteorologist to provide more accurate and precise weather forecasts. Notice, an outbreak of frog STDs and bug porn actors is driving up production costs. Great.
Thanks, but I'm into ladybugs.
The bug porn sensors are working today. There will be no bug porn available at Bug Retail. The bug porn sensors bought all your bug porn at launch time. Padlocks. Adding padlocks to bug porn storage warehouse should cut down on shrinkage considerably.
I prefer something more, regimented.
The in-house bug porn musician decided to make contemporary jazz today. Nobody's quite sure what to make of it. Bugs marveled at your low prices. I don't need any more. Not confident, huh? Okay, last thing. Presidential swimming pool. Heated pool provides a familiar wet environment in which the bug president can relax. Take a break here. We need to get back to work. And there you have it. Frog Fraction. Hope it was a little something unexpected. Maybe this next year we'll bring you something unexpected. It kind of dates the game a little bit, but they're doing a parody of the Matrix credits. From the first Matrix movie. Well, not the bug movie. That is real bug porn. I hope we don't get better blur that. Oh, Jesus, more. Blur the plant. We didn't blur that right. Didn't blur that one right either. Congratulations, you finished Frog Fractions. You're a certified Frog Fraction. Are you ready to experience the ultimate Frog Fractions experience by the Hobbs Iconic Hats DLC? Experience a day in the life of a frog wearing a hat. Thanks for joining me. I hope you'll have a good new year. Bye-bye.